Well, 5 months from today, American voters will elect the 45th President of the United States. It will be a choice between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Clinton claimed the Democratic nomination last night, and she talked with us today from her hometown of Chappaqua, New York. There was a moment last night that you stopped to take it all in. You stretched your arms out wide, and I wonder what was going through your mind at that moment.
I wasn't really thinking. I was just feeling the moment. I was so overwhelmed by the energy and the excitement of the crowd, and I knew how many thousands and millions of people had made that moment possible. So I was especially just wanting to feel it because it was historic for me, but I think it was a historic milestone for so many others as well.
Donald Trump just had the worst 72 hours of his political life, denounced by Republican leaders, labeled a racist and a bigot, and yet yesterday nearly 2 million people voted for him. Who are his supporters, and why do they seem to be unshakable?
Well, you'll have to ask them, Scott, because I do not believe his views or his rhetoric will find that favorable an audience in the general electorate. Because I think that, as I said last week in San Diego, what he's already said, both words and deeds, disqualifies him from being president. And I have more votes than he does, so I think I have a good, solid foundation to start from.
But it is possible that your biggest obstacle is not your opponent, but yourself. 52% of the American people who participated in our CBS News poll have an unfavorable opinion of you. That is the highest negative impression of anyone ever nominated by the Democratic Party since we started asking that question in 1984. Do you bear any responsibility for that?
Oh, I'm sure I do, but I think when I was Secretary of State and serving our country, I had an approval rating of 66%, and I think it's fair to ask, well, what's happened? And what's happened is tens of millions of dollars of negative advertising and coverage that has been sent my way. I understand that, and I know that it's up to me to take this base that I've built and expand it by reaching out to Senator Sanders supporters, to many others across our country, including, I hope, Republicans and independents.
Do you think we will look back on your choice of a running mate as conventional or unconventional?
I don't know, because I have no idea yet. You know, I'm looking broadly and widely, and I'm going to begin to really, dive into thinking hard about this. So I'm going to be looking first and foremost as to who I believe could fulfill the responsibilities of being president and commander-in-chief.
There's more in this interview, and you can see the interview with Secretary Clinton on our 24-hour digital news service, CBSN.